This is Damon Stevens with Fenwell Builders. Today is Thursday, September 8th, 2022, and this is stock market update for trades of the day. And the bulls were live today again. So hopefully the last couple of days you've enjoyed the nice little bull run to your long-term portfolio as well as day trades. And we'll go over the day trades that we had today. Definitely had opportunities out there in the market. And also Fed speak. So when Jerome spoke this morning, he's very vague, didn't really have any additional news, and that kind of helped the market to just kind of have a good ranging day, which is exactly what we want to see. So that's a good thing, and hopefully that means we can close out this week in a nice bullish manner and up green for the next 3 days, which sets us up well for next week. So as we get into this, just stay tuned to the options for tomorrow, as well as what we look for going forward. So let's get right into it and see what's going on in the market today. So Dow Jones closed up 0.61%, NASDAQ up 0.60%, and S&P 500 up 0.66%. You see from our heat map here, bank stocks didn't do so well. There's some of the other ones that were kind of hurting, like semiconductors. So NVIDIA had a nice little pop today. Tesla, Meta, all the healthcare and financials kind of had a nice little bump today, which is good. That's helpful. And so that was positive. Also on the scanner, we did have one, Pixie. This one hit pre-market and then gave us a nice trade after at the end of the day. So 176%. We'll go ahead and look at that chart. Right here, you see this on a 15-minute. You see that we were about $45 back on September 1st. It's about a week ago. And then just kind of sold off and just didn't see much. And then today in the pre-market scanner, it hit again. And you see here, ran up from, this $11 up to $27. Just a huge run. Had a pullback. So you had to be patient on this because it pulled back on the open down to this, 1850 area and to 24 and just kind of hung here. And then right at the end of the day, in the last hours when it got the run, from $21, back up to $32 after hours. And you can see that continues to remain strong. So we're going to look for another play tomorrow. I mean, obviously we can go up, maybe even up to maybe this level here, maybe to $35, $36 tomorrow. So looking for a continuation play on this tomorrow. So it's just something to keep on your radar. Lulu, after earnings, just continues just to grind higher. So if you're on this one, if you're in on this one, you just continue to continue to make money on this one. You can see here, 332 up to 345. So, over $10 a day. That's just a really good return. And then also I see, I took this off for a day and then it just kind of started taking off again. So we talked about this before that I was hoping this was going to go up and re-tag, this deviation band or this trend line, and it had dropped off. So I thought, well, maybe we're done. But then today it popped back up on the radar here, hit $17, pulled back. Then after hours, you can see it did exactly what I was hoping it was going to do. It just did it after hours, and that's hit that trend line again around $20. So we'll see, do we get more out of this or just fade off again off this? But I see also on the short list tomorrow. Looking at our earnings, as we wrap up this week, today was the big day here. So DocuSign, Zscaler, Zoomies, and Bilibili. So these are the two tech areas. Look at Kroger's tomorrow. Not as, don't see this as important. Maybe it gives us something, maybe it doesn't. But Coupa, it's been a trade for all week here. And you can see here, it continues to grind up higher as well. So after earnings, we hit a high of 63 and we just kind of grind it up. Now we hit a high of 68, 67. So we hit this trend line again. So continue to see strength in Coupa. So it just continues to grind higher. So definitely one to maybe keep on your radar. It is flattening out. So it could have a little bit of pullback, but Lulu just continues to climb as well. So and then Docu today after hours. So we're at 57 up to 68. So big, huge jump on earnings. Zscaler also a nice big jump, 151 to 171, so $20. So you had any of those, congratulations. You just killed it on those. That's just amazing. Ran through all of our deviation bands up towards highs that it had before. So even right here, we were back here in August, it still blew right through that. So I'm looking for a pullback possibly down to here and then maybe a run back up tomorrow. So I definitely want to keep on your short list. And on Market Watch. So Friday, we just have wholesale inventories. We hear from Chris Waller again, and then Esther George speaks as well. So not expecting a whole lot here to affect the market as we wrap the week, but just something to be aware of. Looking at calls and puts, so the red is people who are short the market with contracts. The green are things people are going long with contracts in the market, and these are ones that expire tomorrow. And if you look at the ones that are expiring, the biggest bulk is puts here at 380. Obviously, we're above that. So anybody who's still holding these, unless the market turns down, which right now it's in a bullish format, all these here will go out worthless, which means the market's going to collect very well. And you can see that max pain to shut out the most people would be at 400. We're at 390, but this is 380. So basically all this will become worthless after tomorrow. That's quite a few contracts. So people who are bullish on the market are losing out as this week comes to a close. Looking at the S&P 500 stocks that are above the 50-day average, we consolidated down here on this support line, bounced off, and we continue to make highs. And we're above, now we're above 50% of companies are back above the 50-day moving average. So that's very bullish. We were at 92 and we can clear back down to 30. And so we're back to 50. So that's very bullish. Just remember, these were the trends before around 75. So, we are headed back towards that direction. So just keep that in mind. If you haven't subscribed, definitely subscribe to our FinWealth Live YouTube channel. We also have a website called finwealthlive.com. On that, you can click on this link here to get a free non-membership link to our chat and daily watch list. And in the daily watch list on this Discord server, we publish the numbers of when we're getting in, when we're getting out ahead of time before the market even opens. So very valuable tool. Love to have you join us as a member as well. If you join as a member, this is the dashboard. You'll have access to live trading, live chat, training courses, a group training, and one-on-ones. Including, a lot of times we like to look at people's computers, see how they're set up, see if there's some things that we can help with people's computers to make them a little more optimized for trading. Looking at, our other list here. So this is our daily list. So Chipotle almost ran up to this high. So look for some resistance here. I mean, it may break out at 1720, this 1724 area, but you were headed right back up there. So nice, strong momentum from Chipotle as well. Tesla, you can see here we're in this wedge and coming back up toward here. So obviously we'll have some resistance probably as we hit towards that 300 mark. So keep that in mind. Amazon, nice pull up here. We got just right above this resistance line we had here. It comes back from this June date and back here back in May. So we're above those. So that's a nice bullish momentum. Got to get above the 20 here. So looking to see if we can get that momentum going and get above there. NVIDIA down here, down after hitting new lows, it's just kind of center consolidating here, but got up to the top of this this range here. So looking for a breakout. If we can break out above 158, we might be able to get some momentum going on NVIDIA. Netflix, you can see here we've just kind of been bottoming out here, came up, there's some resistance, and we've just been riding this resistance area. So at some point, hopefully we get a breakout. If not, we might just continue grinding down. But we need to get, above 228 to start breaking out and moving back towards highs. Apple continues showing weakness as well. Today a surprise, but still weak, still below all the moving averages. This really sets the tone for the market in most cases. So really looking for Apple to show us some direction to the upside. If it continues to grind down or go lower, very well, we could turn directions here and get very bearish. So something of concern that I'm just kind of watching for. Just really need to see Apple step it up. Microsoft trying to pull up here. It got above the top of this candle, which is good. Now we're in this candle here. Looking for a run up here to 262, hopefully. Look at the 10-year yield. You see that, we're continuing to work towards the highs again. So there's something to be aware of. If we continue to grind higher, that could possibly bring the market back down. 2-year yield as well, sitting here just bumping up on this ceiling here. So if we break through here and make new highs, look for that to possibly drag on the market. Dollar, you see here a nice little spike, but we ended flat today. Gold, pretty well flat as well. It kind of ran up towards that 20-day and then got pulled back down. U.S. oil is flat down here at this low. We still have a gap to fill at the top. Probably, close out the week, probably the same area. Looking at the VIX, the volatility index. So this is volatility in the marketplace. You can see that we pulled down and we're below 25. And that's what we talked about in our videos here, that we want to get below 25 or below the moving averages. That'll help the market to continue to move forward. So hopefully we continue that bearish movement on the VIX. On the weekly chart here, you can see as well, we're still engulfed in this candle, working towards the bottom here. So that's very positive for the market. SPY on a 1-day chart. You see here, popped off this support line here, which is this middle of this deviation band, and our trend line here. So we found good support, bounced off this second day, bouncing off. We got some resistance up here to fill, and so we got we got to get above 401 and then 404. If we don't, we may come back. We may retrace. If we can retrace back down to like 397 and then bump up again, that's one thing. If we break 397 and don't get back above 401, then look for a retest back to some lows here. Looking at it on a weekly basis, you can see here also again that wedge, and we kind of came here and tagged it, ran up, but we're still engulfed in this candle. So again, we got to get above this candle, start to move forward to the upside. Looking at the triple Qs, we're in this little wedge here. See here that we bounced off the bottom here and this middle line right here, which is our deviation band. So we broke up and we're moving up. So this second day off that band, so that's good. So hopefully we move up. We got some resistance up here around 307. We got to break through, but we want to continue to hopefully close out the week at the highs here. That'll help us for next week. Semiconductor still, struggling. It's off 3 days now off of this lower, well, actually 4 right here if you count this one, off that lower band, lower support band. So looking really to get some momentum going here, but we got to break above these candles here and get back above this midline on our deviation bands. On the Russell 2000 IWM, nice bounce off of our support line here, nice and bullish. Have some resistance as we come into the 50-day moving average. So, look for some resistance up here around this 185. If we break that 185.88, hope we can get some upside and bullish here. Financials also jumping off that trend line, spiked the 20-day moving average, pull back on this resistance line, just sitting right below it here. So if we can get some momentum, get above, this $34 range, then hopefully we can start to run up to the upside. So the healthcare sector. You can see the healthcare sector, nice bounce finally off of the support line here, up towards the 20-day moving average, and then pull back a little bit. So a huge run for healthcare. So see if we can get continuation, but we really got to break above this 128.50 area to keep running. Bitcoin continues to pull back here. We found support for 2 days in a row now here around this 18,700 area. So we got to get back above this 18,000. We didn't break this 19,000, but you can see we're just on a downtrend still on Bitcoin, Ethereum, trying to break out to the upside. So see nice movement here. Hopefully we can continue, at least just grind, even if we're not, as long as we're not pulling back or reversing this, we can continue to grind higher. And then Luna just continues to rocket up here. So now, almost down to basically was $0, and now, you're from 1 to 52. So, nice momentum. So if you have this, congratulations, you're having a nice run here on this Luna, just killing it. So So good job on that. So don't know how high this will go. Obviously, there's no highs to compare against. So just keep that in mind. At some point, you should lock in profits, especially if you start seeing the candles get smaller. Usually, if the candles get smaller, you're losing momentum. But right now, you have some nice, really large candles, so that's positive. Again, join us at finwealthlive.com on our free Discord. Also, if you become a member, you can actually get access to our masterclass training. We have a free training out there on our website if you want to go to finwealthlive.com and you can take that free training. But here we have a full masterclass in our system. So definitely love to have you join us. Hope these videos are helpful for you as we close out this week. Again, we'll bring in the next video on Monday, or actually on Sunday night, to get you prepared for the week. And that way, you know what's coming and what to plan for. Everybody have a great weekend. Have a safe Friday. Be careful what you carry over. Make sure that you're confident in what you're carrying over for the next week. And we will talk to you on Sunday night.